The Access to COVID-19 Tools Accelerator (ACT-A) is a project funded by the Canadian government. The ACT-A project is a global collaboration to accelerate development, production, and equipment access to COVID-19 tests, treatments, and vaccines. The Lesotho Red Cross Society was one of the 4 non-state organizations that received funding under the project. Mr. Thomas, a registered midwife nurse in Lesotho Red Cross Clinic in Thaba Bosiu, says there was a huge increase in vaccination soon after the awareness campaign.
My name is Thomas Busakal. I'm a registered nurse midwife. I work for Lesotho Red Cross Society based for Thaba Bosiu Health Center here where you are now. Basically, there was a project here that helped us a lot to mobilize the community and the community leaders for the vaccination of COVID vaccine. Probably this project probably helped the community of Thaba Bosiu. It's almost about close to 600, if I'm not mistaken, of people who have got injection under the influence of this project, because we are able to go house to house for mobilization. That mobilization helped us because we were able to make a workshop for teachers, because they were really reluctant for the student to be vaccinated. Mostly they are the ones who benefited a lot in this project in our community here. We serve almost about 24 villages, probably with about 10, in fact 14 high schools and 7 primary schools. Those people at primary school, those students has been vaccinated about 95%, because the last time we went to the last school called Mahlawateng High School, the enrollment of Mahlawateng High School was 345 students who were enrolled in that vaccination program. Basically, it's about a week now, so people are coming for the booster vaccination now. So you have seen when you are outside, there is one person who came to ask for a booster dose, so we are giving them just a booster dose for them. After we went outside and go to the villages and mobilize, that is when people came in lot. You have seen the bulk of the vaccination card in that box. Those happened after the project, we engaged in that project. Before, people were reluctant. You see, they were saying this vaccine was for satanism. So when we went outside to teach people, that is when they came back for vaccination. After we have give them health education, the benefits, pros and cons of the vaccine, especially for students and teachers. That is why you see many students came out and they were vaccinated. Yes.
The acting principal at Ikageng High School, Mr. Teko, says the Red Cross helped to get most of his students and teachers vaccinated, as they used to believe that the doses are associated with satanism at first, but the ACT-A project convinced them to get the shots.
Obed Teko, the acting principal at Ikageng High School. We have around 340 students, and most of them, if not all, have been vaccinated against COVID-19. What I know is that all our teachers are vaccinated, and the reason why we are all vaccinated and why we encouraged all our learners to get vaccinated is that we wanted to go back to the normal before 2020, March 19, when schools were closed because of COVID-19. The vaccination here at our school happened through Thaba Bosiu Red Cross Clinic, and before it happened, they came to train our teachers We had a session here in which we were trained on COVID-19, how to protect ourselves against COVID-19. We also were allowed, we had a question and answer session where we asked questions about COVID-19 to demystify the pandemic. We are very happy that we had the opportunity. We are grateful to our clinic, Tausi Red Cross Clinic, for the good work that they have done. Thank you very much.
My name is Manana Makwanyani. I'm a teacher here at Ikaheng. I started teaching in 2018 as I was just appointed by the school as a private teacher. We were visited here at school by Red Cross. Those people convinced us, they cleared the myth that we had before about the vaccine of the COVID-19 vaccine. We used to be told that this was bringing, it was related with 666A. Eka hona le letshwao la sebata leo re le kenywang ho batho. Empa ka morao re retelwe ke Red Cross. Taba eno ela as we spoke to the students, that act alone convinced the student. I think the students also were able to convince their own parents about it. And
Mtimkulu Musifa, a grade 11 student at the school, mentioned that most students faced the challenge of convincing their parents to allow them to get vaccinated because they believed that the shot will kill them, and that only turned out to be a myth.
My name is Mtimkulu Musifa, and I'm in grade 11B at Ikaheng High School. Yes, before we vaccinated, many students were quite dragging their feet to vaccinate because we know that anything good has possible rumors that can ruin it. And those rumors were like, this COVID-19, this vaccine is dangerous. It causes maybe deaths, it causes you to have a COVID, but those are the challenges that most students faced because including me, because we were scared. Because you will find that in other families, the family is against this vaccinating stuff and the child has to vaccinate, then there is a problem because if the child faces any problems, the parents will drag their feet on helping them because they vaccinated without their consent. Yes, so that's the risk we took. When they saw me, my father is a policeman. Yes, they were supposed to be vaccinated, but he didn't. And after he showed me that, when I first got my first dose, he showed me that I didn't have any signs of any possible disease. That's when the family chose to vaccinate. They vaccinated too because they are older than me, so they got this one that we are only allowed to vaccinate once. I don't exactly know the name, but Johnson. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I vaccinated first with a bunch of students. It was just an arm that was painful, no symptoms of tiredness, no symptoms of any diseases that could be health-threatening. After we vaccinated, we went back to class, we continued with the day, and after we got the second dose, nothing was quite threatening, because I think it depends on how the body reacts and how quicker the body responds to the stimuli it gets. And most of us here were happy about getting vaccine, especially after getting the second dose, because we feel that we are protected. And I wish many people or members could realize that this is not a pathogen. It is not meant to cause disease. It is not meant to destroy our health, because even the king Elizabeth the first vaccinated first. If this was health-threatening, he could have died or fell ill. But we saw that people who got vaccinated, if they get infected by this COVID, they get better and their body fights more efficient than the ones that are not vaccinated. And the way I see things, I wish many of us could realize that, because the more we vaccinate, the more we have the shield against this. And I'm happy because many of us here vaccinated. I think I can say most. I think I can say all, because in my case I didn't see anyone rejecting the vaccine, but even though it was not a must, but they all vaccinated, they all took a chance. And with them taking a chance, it showed me that it showed me willingness to try and fight this disease, because that's our everyday dream, to wake up without wearing this mask that we are wearing right now. And in order to reach that, we have to vaccinate. And that's what we did. We know that maybe it cannot be enough right now to take off our mask freely, but one day, because every experiment is one step closer to success. And I hope that we'll succeed, because every measure that we are taking is showing us willingness to end this disease.
The Lesotho Red Cross report on the project says, compared to previous months, the level of understanding about the COVID-19 has increased among the 3 districts of Mafeteng, Maseru, and Leribe. I am Motawa Lepamo, reporting for the Post, Maseru.